The National Enquirer is making headlines for all the wrong reasons, and now Judge Judy is adding to its legal woes. Welcome to Newspeak, I'm Holly Kellum. So if you've been following Donald Trump's trial in New York this week, you're probably familiar with the National Enquirer. It's a tabloid magazine that used a strategy called catch and kill to silence stories unfavorable to Trump. So how catch and kill works is that a publication pays for the exclusive rights to a story and then never publishes it. The National Enquirer did this for former Playboy model Karen McDougal, who claimed she had an affair with Trump after he married his current wife Melania. And it also did this with Trump's former doorman, who was selling a story about Trump having a child out of wedlock with a woman who worked for him. That story, according to the editor who was assigned to look into it, turned out to be false. Now, we all know that tabloids tend to sensationalize stories and stretch the truth, which in the business we call yellow journalism. But according to Judge Judy, it completely made up what she said. She claims that back in April, the National Enquirer's sister publication, InTouch Weekly, published a story about the Menendez brothers. In 1989, the Menendez brothers became famous for killing their parents in their Beverly Hills mansion after what they claim were years of sexual abuse. After a blockbuster trial that riveted the country, they were sentenced to life in prison. Now, Judge Judy alleges that InTouch Weekly and later the National Enquirer published a story titled Inside Judge Judy's Quest to Save the Menendez Brothers nearly 35 years after their parents' murder. Now, Judge Judy says she never said anything publicly about the case and that the quotes attributed to her weren't hers. So were these quotes just pulled out of thin air, or is there some other logical explanation? Well, according to Judge Judy's lawsuit, a woman named Judy Zamos appeared on a Fox Nation docuseries about the case. Her lawyers say the quotes that were attributed to Judge Judy were actually from her.
There were guns in the house that the parents owned, and they believed that things were coming to a head and they were going to be killed.
Now, Judge Judy is asking for unspecified damages from the Enquirer and InTouch Weekly's parent company, Accelerate 360 Media. We don't know the dollar amount, but it sounds like she's asking for a lot. She said in a statement, "When you fabricate stories about me in order to make money for yourselves with no regard for the truth or the reputation I spent a lifetime cultivating, it's going to cost you. When you've done it multiple times, it's unconscionable and will be expensive. It has to be expensive so that you will stop." Now, as you can see, this isn't her first rodeo with them. Back in 2017, the National Enquirer published an apology to her after writing that she suffered from brain disease, was fighting both Alzheimer's and depression, and is hiding a heartbreaking medical crisis. It also claimed her daughter Nicole faced jail time for refusing to serve on a jury. The National Enquirer admitted that none of these statements are true, and we unequivocally retract them. Now, if you're a media company publishing such salacious accusations and none of them are true, you ought to be doing some soul searching. But from everything we've been learning about these companies, this was their MO. A former editor for the National Enquirer wrote that it had a tendency to print cover lines that stretched the truth to the breaking point. So if there's a moral to this story, it's that you should always check your facts, especially names, and always tell the truth. As we cynically say in the journalism world, if your mother says she loves you, double check. Now, if you're a media nerd like me and want to keep up on the biggest media stories, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment for the algorithm gods, and if you know any other media nerds, please share this video with them and encourage them to subscribe. Once again, I'm Holly Kellum, and this is Newspeak.